Thank you very much, Kareem. Director, I have two questions, one about this current set of negotiations, and then a separate question, if you'd indulge me, on the President's broader budget priorities. It seems to me in the context of these negotiations that the White House has been clinging to a fiction, which is that this deal only was negotiated on the basis of the federal discretionary spending, and that the President, who promised all along that he would never negotiate on the debt ceiling, didn't do so in these negotiations. That's false, right? The President and his team, you included, did negotiate on the actual debt ceiling itself and not just the federal discretionary spending, correct?
If you're asking me what was said in a room, I'll be very clear. The debt ceiling was what did I say earlier? I don't like to use the word red line, but the debt ceiling had to be taken care of for a long period of time. I'm not sure what you call negotiation, but it was certainly a declarative statement from this side of the table. So maybe you call that negotiating. I call that a statement of fact and a statement we weren't leaving the room with. So I'm not quite sure I would call that negotiating. The debt ceiling had to be lifted, and it had to be lifted for a long period of time. You see this bill lift the debt ceiling until 2025. You can call it a negotiation. I call it a declarative statement, and that was our position, and that's what's in the bill.
On broader budget priorities, the President likes to say, we've heard Karine say many times, show me your budget and that will show me your priorities. No one is more conversant with this President's budgeting priorities than you. Based on the budgets he's put together so far as President, would it be accurate to say that President Biden has been governing from the center, or would it be more accurate to say, as Republicans would, that he's been governing from the far left?
The President does his own politics. I'm his OMB director. What I will say is that his budgets absolutely show who he values. And it is working families in this country, it is the middle class in this country. This is a president who has put out a tax fairness system in all of his budgets. This isn't a new thing. This is the third budget this president has put out. The third time he has said the tax system in this country is not fair, and he means it. That's why you've seen billionaire minimum tax proposals. That's why you've seen him call for the corporate minimum rate to go up to 28.6%. It is not fair to ask working families in this country to bear the brunt. And by the way, that's not real deficit reduction. We have to have a fair tax system in this country. This president has put forth 3 budgets that have been very clear about his priorities there. And again, we're not going to give up on those. We're going to keep pushing on those.